just have to show you this. So this is Dawn Cope Hut. Absolutely amazing. Check out these clouds. It's amazing. Oh, the bird has been clucking for ages. Morning tea on the tent platform with a dash of sunrise. How beautiful is that? Had a good night in the tent. There was no wind. There's a bit of early morning wind now, but nothing too severe. And anyway, how pretty is that? Wow. Good morning. It's day 2 on the Falls to Hotham Alpine crossing, and currently I am just passing Mount Cope on my left. I achieved summit of that one last time, so I don't need to do that again. It's a bit after 7 in the morning. And I have had rain showers and a bit of small hail and a bit of sleet. But with all things alpine, you can see the weather coming. So luckily I'd already packed up my tent at dawn and got changed into my wet weather gear. So anyway, onwards towards Dibbin Hut. I haven't been to Dibbin Hut before, so that's very exciting. Oh, and I just wanted to say that I'm presuming they're the volunteers, have been working on this trail again. I just came through a brush section where they had trimmed it all back. So, but anyway, hiya Mount Cope, love you. But I won't be climbing you this time. Last time I did the summit, I was in the snow, deep snow too. It's raining again. I haven't explained the reason why I have my sea-knock bag here, as I'm about to stop in a hut and have some hot drinks because it is cold. I just thought I'd show you this. That's a hut I'm hoping to seek refuge in. This is rather interesting. Here's my morning tea, 2 boiled eggs, some magnesium powder and a Barocca, and I'm having that all hot here in Cope Saddle Hut. Can't remember if I've explained, but the reason why I'm doing this 6-week solo alpine backpack
backpacking trip is to try and work out whether it might be possible for me to give New Zealand's Te Araroa Trail a crack. It's 3,000 kilometres all up, but I'm just looking at doing the South Island, which will end up being about 1,300 kilometres for me. Don't know whether I like the look at that weather. I think it's incoming. That weather's going to deteriorate soon. That's my read on it anyway. Ooh. I've been really lucky to have light rain so far today, but yep, I think that might be about to change.
It looks like the rain's going to last all day, but that's okay. See if you can see the wildflowers. There's patches of them everywhere. They're a bit hard to see on film, aren't they? They are amazing. And the little yellow buttercup ones, it's a bit hard to see, isn't it? They grow everywhere. And my track's pretty rocky now, rocky in parts. And very wet. That's okay. That's all right. Anyway, see you later. Just wanted to show you these gorgeous basalt rocks. They've been all along the track for a while now. On my way to pole 330. And this is my view. Well, I've just reached the major intersection on day 2 of the Falls to Hotham crossing. I'm at pole 330 and it has a number of options for me. I'm heading off towards Dibbin Hut, so I am going, so you can see that away. Having a great time. It has been consistently raining all day and it is muddy, and currently I've been going through quite a bit of rocky terrain as well, which has added to the challenge, and normal wet stuff like the heath being thigh deep
and all wet, so it gets everything wet. But that's okay, I'm wearing all my good stuff. So, catch you later. Bye!
So this is where I've come from, but I've just walked past Mount Feathertop, that's it there, and then I've just spied Mount Hotham and the village for the first time. How cool is that? How cool. Got this on full zoom. It's a bit hard. But anyway, I can just see the village over there. That's cool. Just starting my descent down into the basalt temple before doing the final leg to Dibbin Hut. And if you want to have a look what my track looks like on the falls to Hotham at the moment, that's the track right there. So that's what I'm walking.
Grandma loves you. It's been raining all day while Grandma's been hiking up in the mountains. I've had a bit of snow, and actually it's snowing right now over the other side of my campground up in the trees. But have a look where Grandma's camped today. Just move back a bit so you can have a look. There's a creek at the bottom that you would love to play in, and up there, that's snow falling right now. It's not falling on Grandma's tent, but it's definitely falling over there. So, Grandma loves you. I hope you had a good day today, and I will see you in a few weeks. Hey, Grandma loves you. Mwah! Hi from Dibbin Hut on the falls to Hotham Alpine crossing. Wow, what a day. So the forecast was for, I think, less than a mil rain, but in alpine conditions you just never know. And I woke up at Cope Hut this morning just at dawn, and I could see that there was rain coming, so I packed up really quickly, got everything packed up without anything getting wet, got into my rain gear and head off. And the day just rained and rained and rained, and all going along the Bogong high plains. We had a little bit of snow, but all the rain turned the conditions to really slushy, muddy. There's a fair bit of basalt rock along the top of the Bogong plains in that area, and so that was really challenging for me to negotiate. There was one hut along the way, Cope Saddle Hut, and that wasn't very far into my journey, and I ended up sheltering in there because the wind was blowing really strongly and the rain got heavier and it was sleeting and snowing, so I ended up staying there for about an hour and a half, drinking lots of hot tea, having soup, eating boiled eggs, sorting out my pack a bit, and then finally I was able to set off across the rest of the journey. And it all went fairly well. My brain got very, very tired from all the concentrating because I don't have any feeling in my feet, so it would be very easy for me to fall in the conditions today. So I was being extremely careful, and it all went pretty well until I had to do the descent down from Bogong High Plains down to Dibbin Hut, and that descent was extremely difficult, very, very wet, very wet conditions, and there are a number of tree falls all over the track at the moment in that section, so they were really hard to negotiate because I wasn't able to go around. All of my rain gear was wet all day long. All of my clothing underneath stayed dry, but my footwear was all completely wet, so I'll be wearing wet shoes and socks tomorrow out of here, and that's okay. But the descent was really difficult with the tree fall, with the slushiness of the mud and slip factor. I had a number of slips, but luckily didn't injure myself and made it down to Dibbin campsite. It's a bit of a shame. The one thing I will suggest is that it is a real shame that the tent platforms are so far away from the only shelter in these types of conditions, being Dibbin Hut. It's about 300 metres away from the tent platforms, and so I tried waiting out the rain to set up my tent, drinking hot tea, and that standing in the rain in my rain gear, drinking hot tea. The rain didn't let up, so I ended up putting up my tent in the rain, and managed to do that. That was fairly challenging. My mobility wasn't great after those slips today coming down that very steep descent. You can hear my speech is a little bit affected because of the amount of pain I'm in and the tiredness now, but that's okay, that'll pass. And then I couldn't face standing in my rain gear in the rain, cooking and eating dinner in the rain, so I decided to carry all of my cooking gear and 2 litre water and jet boil stove and food down to Dibbin Hut, and that was a bit of a walk down here, up and down little slippery little hills in these conditions, but I did shelter in there for about an hour and a quarter, eating and drinking, and at least I was out of the rain, and then the rain stopped, and then it started snowing over the back, so that was really good. That allowed me an opportunity to get the tent a bit more sorted inside and finally get changed out of the rain gear and into warm clothes, and now I'm in bed and it's raining again, so that's going to pose a problem when I need to go out to the toilet, because I'm wearing warm dry clothes at the moment, and I'm going to have to put rain gear on in a very confined area without getting my down sleeping bag wet to go to the toilet and then come back and get changed again. Anyway, challenging day. Tomorrow's day 3 on the Falls to Hotham track. So I'm going to say good night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Bye. This is my view from bed in Dibbin Hut. I've just finished charging up my spinal cord neurostimulator implant and the phone and that sort of stuff. Everything's closed up because it's raining at the moment. You'll see I have my day gloves and my wet socks and everything up there. I don't know if you'll be able to make out the raindrops on the tent. Oh yeah, there you go. So yes, it was snowing before, now it's raining again. That's what you get. But this is the inside of my tent. Everything out in the vestibule is absolutely saturated. But anyway, I'll deal with that issue tomorrow. Have a great night, everyone. Bye.